Pam Cordova.
And I'm Pat Cordova.
This is our house that I grew up in for 57 years. I'm one of 10 kids.
And I'm the mom. We moved here to Montley Terrace after my husband got out of the Air Force, and we lived at Holly Park for 1 year, and then we moved here, and it was a smaller block home but it had 4 bedrooms and 1.5 baths, but you had to go through one of the bathrooms to get to the other bath. So we built a porch so we could go around to the back, and just over the years did different things. And then Pam moved in and built on. So do you want to tell us about that?
Yep. So of course we've lived here for 50 years, and we built an addition, and we lived here, my husband and I and 3 kids. And during that time, my mom and dad lived in the front part of the house, and the kids were back and forth between both houses, bugging them, getting sweets from grandma all the time. During that time, my dad was a diabetic and things like that. So we had the conversation of, if I sell you the house, will you, give mom somewhere to stay for the rest of her life? So we made an agreement, and that's what we did.
Yeah. How long were you here before?
I think we were here about 4 or 5 years, and then we moved the kids into a different school district, and so we bought a house out of the area. So we brought in a renter, and they weren't, they were just a family renting the house, so the upkeep wasn't that great, and we were coming over, taking care of the yard and things like that they weren't doing, and we wouldn't make enough to pay the mortgage and all the utilities and everything like that. And so we did that for a few years, and then we had the fire. And we moved my mom out to my brother's house for a while, and then
I moved myself out to my son's house for 10 months.
Yes. And then we had a meeting with Chris and through my sister, and we were talking about making it into an adult family home, so we added the bedrooms and everything like that, and we redid my mom's part and made it separate now, so she has her own 1,000 square foot 1-bedroom apartment, and now we make enough.
Well, my wardrobe room is as big as another bedroom, so
yeah,
it's big.
She has quite a few clothes. That's her hobby, shopping.
Now that it's different, the only thing I worry about is getting the mail every day and sorting it. Really hard work.
But that's like your little job you have, right? To sort the mail and bring it back here. And yes.
And that's all I have to do is keep my place nice. But it's been really good because this is a business back here that's run well, and I don't have any worries. I feel very comfortable being in the front, and we're just separate, and they have the deck and the area here, and they keep it up, and usually have quite a few people here living here, and everything goes really well.
And you have friends that were living here that you were close with, and
yes.
And do you feel
the
more?
First lady that was here was the mother-in-law of my city attorney, and she was so happy to be here. And the first year you could only have one person, and she was that person. And she really loved living here, and she loved that the woman that worked here, Claudia, would walk her every day when it wasn't raining out on the sidewalk and on the deck, and she really enjoyed her last year here. She really did.
And do you feel more comfortable that in case you had an emergency that you could come back here if we weren't home.
I don't worry about that, though.
Well, I have
I
peace of mind for that.
That's for you to worry about.
I could call and they would come rushing over.
Yeah, it's nice to have people that are close and are reliable, and but yet I can feel very secure and have my own life. Mm-hmm. And it's a very quiet location and close, right next to a park. And this has a deck on it so people can go out and sit on the deck. And but I think that people here can feel very secure all the time. We have fence on each side, and it's. I think it's very important when people get where they're in a place that people are helping take care of them, that they have to feel that they're safe and secure, and they also can enjoy a beautiful area where they can come and talk to each other and enjoy TV. And I know that TV is going all the time, just like in my house.
So I think it used to be a 1,200 square foot, and so then we met with Chris and AFH, and he suggested that we add rooms on the first floor for an adult family home. And it sounded too good to be true. He was saying how much a month, and I thought, okay, what is the catch? I didn't believe it myself. But
well,
we've been
one
doing
of the
it.
things nice though, Chris is a friend of our daughter's who has a company that places people in homes. So she knew he had integrity, and so she's the one that suggested Pam meet with him.
And so, like I said, I thought it was
It's all family in our...
So I thought it was too good to be true. I thought, oh yeah, okay, this much per month, I just don't see it. But we've been doing it for almost 5 years now.
Is it that long?
Yeah.
Wow.
In I think November. And so, for the last 5 years, instead of us putting in $2,500 a month to have this place here, now we're making at least $2,000 a month. So it's been very beneficial for us, and
no headaches.
And no headaches. Cover the bills, and yes. And so now we don't have to pay any of the bills or anything like that, and she gets somewhere to stay for free, and it's beautiful up there.
Yeah, it's exactly what, if you imagined a place when you were my age that you could live in and be the boss of yourself, and you couldn't think of a better place.
So my grandma passed away when she was 94. She never went to a nursing home. She went to finally she went to Rotary. It was an apartment though.
Yeah, it was an apartment.
She never
seniors.
went into a nursing home.
Yeah.
So anybody in our family, elderly, you would never think to send them to a nursing home, ever.
Yeah.
And so you kind of knew in the back of your mind that something was going to happen, because you would never put your parents, or I wouldn't, into a nursing home just because I've been to them, and I don't think that, the ones I've been into, they just they smell, they are not homey like an adult family home. Yeah. And I think just because of family in the medical field and everything, we've always thought.
Our whole family's medical.
Adult family homes always seem more intimate, and actually my father-in-law was in a nursing home, and it was not good. Like I said, I thought it's too good to be true. What is the catch? It just doesn't seem like, people would pay this much amount of money per month to rent your house and not own it. People would say,
it can't
nobody's going to pay that much per month,
That was Ed.
Yes. But, and my friends too, they thought, and it's so funny, they called Well, how many people are back there? I don't really care. I'm just getting the rent every month. It's not my business. It's a rental in the place for my mom to stay. That's my only worry. So when people say, what about this? What about that? I don't really care. My rent check is here every month, and that's all I have to worry about. Another thing that's nice, I mean, you can live here now in your own little apartment, but you know, when Craig and I get older, it would be a good spot for us to live too, where we wouldn't have to worry about anything or have a mortgage and have an income as well.
Yeah. No, it's wonderful for you and wonderful for your company. And I just think that if I was going to invest in a company, that it just makes good sense. And I think more and more people will want to be in adult family homes because it's more intimate, more, everybody gets to know each other. It's not a huge place that...
Instead of like a nursing home.
Yeah, that I've been in a lot with Laurel, that my friend that owns them. They're very cold, and here they get to know each other. A husband and wife actually lived there for a number of years, and I really became good friends with Howard. He and I talked every day, and he could actually keep up with me in talking, so it worked out really well. He was a really good man. But it's just, it's different, and I think it's very homey, and it's more personable, I think, than a place that is more an institution than a home. And I think that's the difference. But that's why I feel so comfortable being there, because I'm my own person, but yet I don't have any responsibilities. And it's wonderful.
When we purchased the home from Dad, it was about $365,000 that we took over the mortgage, and then we did an addition that added some to it. But after the fire, we put in, I want to say, about $125,000, but a lot of the money was out from the insurance company, and I just had it reappraised about 6 months ago, and it's 1.35.
What you say when they appraise it by square footage more. It's not really being appraised as a profitable business. And so that part isn't in there. So it would be worth more than that. I was in real estate for years too, so.
Just the property value is 1.35.
Yeah, it's just the property. Mm-hmm. But if you put that it's a business on top of that, that is really worth a lot too. So it's worth more.
You know, when you're renting to a business, they take care of the insurance. They take care of, you know, everything, the maintenance and everything, instead of a renter that the light bulb is out. Well, you can change your own light bulb, but I would get calls for light bulbs being out, or, you know, things like that, or, you know, renters that don't want to cut the grass, or just maintenance, you know, keeping it looking good. When the fire happened, I was freaked out, of course, didn't know what I was gonna do. And so AFH came in and helped me figure. They took care of the floor plan, how many rooms were gonna be here. If I wanted to pick the flooring, I could pick the flooring, but basically they did all the permitting, the architectural submittal to the city, all the permitting, all the inspections. They took care of everything.
Which can be a pain.
Yes. So I could keep working my full-time job and not have to worry. I would just get calls about, we need this check here or this check there, and that was all I had to do. So everything was taken care of, which made it really nice, because I did the addition, which was a pain. The first addition on this house, and my husband and I were always at the city submitting, permitting, having to leave work to come here to meet the inspector. And So they just took care of everything for us. So that was nice.